Highlights of round 2 action from the Quicksilver Pro there, but right now in heat number 7 of round 2, Kolohe Andino of the United States of America takes on Jeremy Flores representing France. This is a great heat. Kolohe, 20 years of age, his 4th year on the championship tour. He made it all the way to 11th position on the ratings at the end of last season, and he has kicked off 2015 in fine form. He's already had 2 QS wins. While we're at the break, he had this ride, a trademark wrap from the man they call brother, and he milked it right through to the inside, looking for major moves as Jeremy Flores took off behind him, and that wave ran out of steam. Jeremy worked his over. He found a bit of a connection to the inside here, and Jeremy looking rejuvenated after a tough season on the championship tour last year. He is back, and he kicks out of his ride. So a couple of waves ridden by Kolohe in the opening exchanges. This was the best of them. Found a nice little wrap to get started here, and then started looking down the line and found this little fin throw to finish the ride off. So 2 waves for Andino, 1 wave for Jeremy Flores, waiting on scores to come through on an event, a QS 1000 over at Huntington, the Shoe City Pro. He made it to the quarterfinals of the Vulcan Pipe Pro, and he has just wrapped up a victory at the Oz Open, a QS 6000. Jeremy Flores, on the other hand, well, this is the first time we've seen him in competition this season, and he has a tough assignment against one of the young guns.
Well, I think that best wave you talked about from brother was on the inside, and here he found another one.
Winding out another nice little wrap to get started, trying to find some speed. This wave starting to fade away, and he's going to kick out. Ronnie Blakey here, and joining me in the booth, former CT surfer Ross Williams. Ross, how do you see this heat playing out? I mentioned Kolohe Andino's form, but there is no disregarding Jeremy Flores as a lethal competitor.
Yeah.
And his surfing is getting bigger all the time. He's always had the airs, he's got impeccable technique, but the power in his turns now is undeniable and starting to really get the attention of the judges.
Agreed. Yeah, he's got some muscle on him now, and it's paying off. He's always been great in the air. One of the best at chucking his fins around, those nose pick maneuvers he's got on lock. Found a lot of really good results last year, interestingly enough, on his backhand. You know, everyone knows that he's great in the air and does those nose picks on his forehand, but found a very scoreable type of, technique with those backhand whips last year in Rio and also in Fiji. So, it's a deadly weapon for him.
It's funny how we identify someone's strengths and how the competitor, where they see their strengths. And in Fiji, Kolohe said that he thinks his backhand can match it with the best surfers in the world. He did that with a semi-final finish there. You mentioned Brazil in the beach breaks. I thought he was a real threat at taking that contest out. Michel Perez got him in the final. That's his best result to date as a championship tour competitor. But he was also strong in Tahiti, and they're the kind of locations that are, I think, really going to be a challenge for him. And he's already starting to get some big results after only 3 years competing at the elite level at those locations. So he is going to be super dangerous this year, expecting big things from him.
That being said, his surf IQ is through the roof, so he will learn.
Well, here we go. This is Jeremy Flores, one of the veterans on tour at only 26 years of age, and he lets go of a nice frontside wrap there, drawing that turn right out, finds a big end section to play with, and he throws down a big, powerful reverse to finish. A solid move. Kolohe Andino on the outside, kicks out of a short wave. No connection through to the inside. He wants to get that priority back and control the exchange on the next set.
Well, brother, look at that sharp little carve there for him, and he kicks out quickly, realizing that wave didn't have a future. It really fizzled out. And a nice couple major maneuvers here for Jeremy Flores. Nice strong carve, and then the fins free reverse right there. Completely in control. It didn't look corny. Those kind of moves often don't come off great at all, but you could see it was pretty much just a tail blow, and then he spun it around for good measure. Nice little rail grab right there.
With the heat totals being so close, how do you differentiate yourself when you look at the conditions on hand?
Oh, I honestly didn't know what to think. I was paddling out for that heat, so confused on where to sit, and I hadn't surfed today, so I was just trying to save all my energy to put into every wave I surfed out there, and that's what I did. I was like, I kind of like caught every wave just thinking, what would D'Souza do, and just grind it all the way through. So that's what I was thinking, just like put as much effort on each wave as I could have. And you know, I didn't get the best waves out there, but I just tried to make do with what I got, you know.
All right, Josh, we'll see you in round 3. Ronnie?
Thanks, Rosie. Josh Kerr, well, as he stated his intentions for 2015, he wants to get up into the top 5 and be part of that title conversation. Kolohe Andino, during that interview, rode this wave and let go of a couple of big moves, and he needs a big number 2. He's chasing a 6.28 to get himself in the lead. Jeremy Flores putting a 7.83 on the board with his last ride.
Well, I'll tell you what, that is an awesome way to start your wave. The big whippy carve there for Kolohe Andino. I'm sure he heard that big number, and there's that whip. Big slicing carve, got a lot of rail in the water.
Well, Jeremy Flores is starting to really fire up now. Huge frontside tail blow from Jeremy on that last move and bringing this one through to the inside. He is keeping busy. He is looking super energetic in this lineup and still working for points on the inside.
We got ourselves a battle here, Ronnie, and that's going to be a good score. And I was just relaying. I think brother heard that score. Kolohe heard that score drop from Jeremy. That's a big one, almost an 8-point ride. To me, it looks like the waves are starting to step up a little bit right now. Big major maneuver there. That was maybe you could even say the best move so far in this heat. It threw a ton of spray, big tail slide. The only thing that sort of let Jeremy down is after this move right here, the wave fizzles, and that has been the key difference in these heats this afternoon. Who can get that wave that really keeps up that energy through the Little Marley section?
Pro back underway, round 2 action in the water. Heat number 7 is an absolute cracker. Kolohe Andino has just put a 7.1 on the board and taken the lead. Jeremy Flores has the single highest scoring ride of this heat, a 7.83. He's waiting on another number to drop, which could see him into the lead. He needs a 5.6 with 15 minutes to go. Waiting on scores to come through for Flores. They look decent. They're going to get him back into the lead. It's going to be in the 7-point range, a 7.7. Andino now needs an 8.43 with just under 14 minutes to go. We'll throw it to Rosie Hodge.
And I felt fine. I just couldn't find that way. I mean, I couldn't find that little backup where I can link into. I had a couple where I got a few turns off and it would go flat and kind of go in the gutter, and I don't know. It's another crappy result.
And just one more question. We're really curious on the significance of the number 48 on your back.
Oh yeah, that's my dad's number. My dad wore that in the NFL with the Rams, and I just thought I'd tribute to him. And it's cool that we got to pick numbers. You know, I thought that was pretty cool. We've kind of talked about that over the last few years, and we did the ratings ones for a while, and then we were able to pick, and everyone kind of has their reason why. So I thought that's cool, and yeah, hopefully Pops is stoked. Miss you guys, love you, and I'll be Bells is mine.
We'll see you at Bells. Back up to you, Ronnie.
Thanks, Rosie. Great getting those insights. Each of the competitors on both the men's and women's championship tour able to pick their numbers. Each has different significance. I love getting the stories. I spoke to Carissa Moore the other day, talked about her. She's the number 10, and she is striving for a 10-point ride every time she takes off, so that's why she chose that number. But during the interview, Kolohe Andino, he just looked so alive on this ride.
Well, check out, he builds momentum as this wave goes down the line. Great whippy carve again. He does a couple more. Big tail slide right there for Kolohe. To happen, you know, there's going to be a huge score here for Kolohe.
There is. It's going to be right on the line too. We don't know if he's going to get what he needs. He's chasing a pretty big number, Kolohe, an 8.43. It's looking pretty decent at the moment as the judges enter their scores, but Jeremy Flores up. He utilised priority for that wave. It could work in Kolohe's favour. Well, a couple of judges have given Andino the nod here. One has said just under the requirement, and it looks like it could get there. An 8.73, Andino into the lead with just under 11 minutes remaining for 8 years. This will be his 9th season in the tour ranks. And here he goes, looking to fight his way back into the number 1 position. Winds out a bit of a carve there, hoping this wave stands up as he rides it through to the steeper section. Still transitioning well, getting some speed up, heading down the line. And he digs in and throws a nice big end section slam to finish that wave off. 9.5 minutes to go. And this battle continues to heat up as conditions improve. Andino up once again. Now surfing with a lot of confidence, throws the fins on his first maneuver. And now starts to focus his attention down the line. Another big fin drift. And he is just amping out there at the moment.
Wow, get out of town. That was probably some of the best surfing I've seen this afternoon. That was the next level right there. Jeremy has been really finding key moments out there, you know, finding big sections where he can do an exciting maneuver. And this wave looked sleepy to me. It was just like a lot of kind of lazy cutbacks, but he was able to finish with another big move. Whereas Kolohe, he found the low road. And what I mean by that, watch how this thing sits right on the sandbar. It gets nice and scoopy, and he's able to just pick off maneuver after maneuver. But he is so strong. We talked about that extra muscle on his body. He is really hammering home with these tail drifts. And that wave was so tough to surf.
In that recap, Kolohe Andino had this wave, looking to improve on a 7.1 to increase his lead. Building momentum down the line, drifting the tail, and looking for a big finish to improve his situation. Winds out that cutback. He is surfing with a lot of speed. He was surfing so well. He was throwing down airs. I can't recall at the moment who he was surfing against, but they weren't scoring for his air game. He went to the rail work, and it paid off big time. But here's Jeremy Flores trying to fight his way back into the heat with just on 5 minutes remaining. Needs a big number, an 8.01, and he'll need to finish strong to get the requirement. It's a decent finish, but lacking some of the fireworks that he's had on previous waves. Building some momentum to try and find some open face. He calls for the ski, and he will head back to the takeoff zone.
Have we had a ski assistance yet?
No, maybe he wasn't calling for the ski.
Maybe he was just calling for the judges. Hey, buds, give me a big number here. A couple of nice big moves there, Ronnie, on the outside. I'm really surprised to see that 6.17 drop for Kolohe. I thought that was going to be a pretty big score. That was some of the best surfing I've seen this afternoon, but the judges obviously not liking the size of that wave. What we're seeing on screen right here from Jeremy was a pretty big wave. So maybe this will get the judges' attention. They're liking just a little bit of that extra size. It looks solid under his feet.
That looks amazing. And Kolohe Andino, well, he's looking sharp too. He takes that wave, utilising priority, keeping Jeremy Flores off, and winds out a beautiful roundhouse cutback. Not quite as steep this wave. Kolohe knows that. He looks out the back. He's keeping an eye on his rival with just 50 seconds to go. So now is that well and truly capable of chasing down this number. But it is going to come to a close before he gets the chance. 3, 2, 1. The hoot of sounds. Flores out of the Quicksilver Pro. A great heat though. What a performance from the Frenchman, pushing Kolohe Andino all the way to the end.